Welcome to the show. December to remember. We have some news for you. Last night, Argentina announced they're going to mix things up, and we're going to talk about that. But more important, Argentina's always been a little off. The United States Federal Reserve meeting, money and how it's going to affect you. There's a lot of other outside things going on in the markets, natural gas, etc. We break it all down with none other than Connor B.
Good morning, Tommy. And looking at Argentina, shock therapy is the buzzword. Melee, the president, got in office a week ago, and he's already devaluing the currency 54%. And there's talks he wants to dollarize the economy, right? Eliminate the peso altogether and go straight to just a dollar economy. This has got soybeans in a little bit of a, we opened much lower, bouncing off the lows, but we're still down around 14, Tommy. So big news, and we'll see what it's going to do, right, going forward.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Connor, thank you. You texted the headline to me last night. I left the grocery store early, came home. I was able to digest what happened, but wheat traded up on the night. This, if you see the markets down right now, folks, you could have sold
Yeah,
corn down a quarter, wheat up on the night, but the one that took it right off the open was the meal. Soybean meal gapped open lower. It actually did trade higher too, and then immediately went lower. So there's the night market where people react to stuff, but boy, when we opened up today, it was palms out. They came out swinging. I have to tell you, I think if someone's initiating a new position, getting short down here, that may not be smart. And this is why. There's still the same amount of imaginary beans in Argentina. Argentina had a huge problem last year. They were running out of meal. No more meal was created. So I feel very much like this is a emotional reaction to what's going on.
Absolutely, right. Hopefully, the goal is the reasons he did it is he wants to get that massive hyperinflation under control, wants to be more friendly for exports, right? Grain exports is one of their main drivers of economies. But like you said, what do they have to export? They had a drought last year. Long term, we could see it change. It's not guaranteed. He's hoping to curb inflation. A lot of people are saying, devaluing the peso this fast, it's not guaranteed to curb inflation. It could actually have the opposite effect. So we'll have to pay attention to that. He had a lot of other you got to appreciate he said he was going to do it and he jumped in big,
Yesterday
right?
on the show, hats off to you. You said we need a bingo card for him. He needs his own bingo card, and he's got a couple of the squares. Oh, he's a tough dude.
This guy, if you run with the chainsaw, you're going to do some crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, well, this is the world. It's a crazy world, and we're here every day at 9 to tell you about it. What else do we have? I understand we sold some soybeans. That's good news. But every
Absolutely.
day we sell soybeans, the markets are lower, so I get excited, right? Did we
Yeah.
actually ship them, or did we for pretend sell them? I'll feel a lot better when these beans are actually on a boat to China.
Absolutely. And the thing to remember when we look at export inspections, we see we need those sales. It is good to see, but we're not necessarily over, this is the time we usually see us making a ton of sales. We're right in line with previous years, if not dipping a little bit. So it's good to see sales. I don't mean to be negative, but right, we're just chugging along there. So keep in
Right,
mind.
we have too much corn in America. The wheat market yesterday down, up, down, up. Yesterday up big, today down big. This is December. December to remember, a shocker in December. We have more news coming out later today. Let's get in the meat of the show. We have a Fed meeting.
Fed meeting. And Tommy, I believe it looks what was the chart you showed me earlier? 92%, 93% chance. Yeah, there it is. Let's pull it up.
That's me clicking. That I gotta let producer Joe click. He's gonna smack me. Listen,
And that,
I gotta get the bifocals out.
yeah,
98.2% chance
98.
they are gonna do nothing.
Nothing.
How do we know that? Everyone out there watching in TV land, go to www.fedwatch.com. Just Google fedwatch.com. This is page number 2. This is from the CME group. This is them adding up all the options, futures, this, that. They make a nice little pretty chart. Does it mean they won't move? No, they could. But the Fed has a time when the window's open where you see the Fed governors going out there speaking, that window since shut. The fact we have a Fed meeting and they may decide that rates stay the same, that's nothing. The news will be in the verbiage. And yesterday we had a Fed bingo card, but the verbiage is, will they stay higher for longer? And there's a whole group of people who got ahead of their skis who say, oh, the Fed's going to cut 5 times in 2024. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Until you, the farmer, the rancher, someone involved in agriculture and finance, what's happening in the Fed is way more important, in my opinion, than what's happening in Argentina, because these folks can affect your life because they're going to affect your pocketbook. I got to tell you something, Connor B. There's an election in 2024. And of the people watching this, 99% of the people watching this show are involved in farming and agriculture and are hoping and cheering for higher prices. But do you think this our government wants higher commodity prices or lower commodity prices? If Connor B was running for office, would you be rooting for $8 corn so someone could go to the store? Would you want $5 gas, or do you want to smush commodity prices? I hand it back to you, my friend. Connor B for president. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's gonna depend, and that's gonna be it's gonna be depend on who we have in office, after November of 2024, right? But generally speaking, they want lower commodity prices, and that's what just to add a little more color on the Fed decision, as you said, the verbiage, right? We're not gonna adjust rates. 98% chance they're not gonna change it, but we're gonna look the past couple of years. Their policy has been how do they ease inflation? They've raised rates. Are they gonna switch the rhetoric to start lowering rates sooner, right? I saw something
Mhm.
Goldman Sachs is really betting third quarter. It'll be third quarter 2024 before we talk Fed rate cuts. Market's kind of priced in doing it a little bit earlier. Did we get one foot in front of the other? Did we get ahead of ourselves? So that'll be we'll be paying close attention to that. Nat gas, Tommy. We got that chart pulled up
Look
there.
at that
That's
little
been
baby
a
blue
hot
line. You want the
topic.
good news? The inputs are going down. I had a client, we talked fertilizer last night. There's some things happening in fertilizer. When I think nat gas, I think fertilizer. Look at the little, whatever, baby blue line 2023. Those are some low prices. Look how wild 2022 was in nat gas. Again,
Unreal.
another commodity where that volatility is coming down. You did a great job the other day showing that corn chart, 40-cent range. Bean chart, dollar range. Look at natural gas coming down to that range. If you need to buy inputs, if you need to do things, we have good news for you. Natural gas has come down, interest rates are coming down. But unfortunately, it comes at the price of also watching the commodity you grow come down. What else do
Yeah.
we have, Mr. Connor?
I think that's all we got on the line with nat gas, right? That's something where we see this time last year, Tommy, what were we at? D's 23 was probably if it didn't have a 6 in front of it, we were close. Now we've got it's sitting at 508 as we speak right now. As we see the inputs come down, start looking at the on your individual balance sheet, put a margin number in front of it, right? What does $5 corn equal compared to last year, right? Inputs are hopefully much lower, right? And start thinking of it that way. It helps us make probably better marketing
Let's
decisions, in
deep
my
dive into
opinion.
that next week with our software. We'll do a special on that. Speaking of specials, Dave Lechtenberg did a wonderful job explaining how we have that gap till federal crop insurance in corn and beans, 77, 78 days till the end of February. What are you going to do? We have a major crop report. You have a little black swan like Argentina, and we know that there's a lot of corn out there. There's still even 22 bushels on price. Then you have 23. What are you doing with 24? You need help? Give us a call. I will be out tomorrow. I understand you and Mr. Brady Huck are going to run the show, and that makes me happy that you two are that awesome at that. If people want to get a hold of us, of course, watch the replay at YouTube. And if they want to listen to us, Apple and Spotify. If you need
Yep.
help and you want that Dave Lechtenberg special on short dated options and bridging that gap in crop insurance, give us a call or email us info at ATI ProMedia. I'm off tomorrow. And with that, it's time to get to our favorite Grisafi, buddy.
Roll it, Gina.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.